the cartoon history of the universe. Da, 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 da. Volume 1, The Evolution of Everything. From the Big Bang to the start of the human age. Let's get started. So hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on the channel. Now you guys may not know this, I am a big fan of Mr. GONICK, or I guess Larry GONICK's work. His main goal is actually to just save the world through comics, or I guess according to him, comics, with an X at the end, which sounds really weird to me, but right now that is just about it. That's his goal. So in these next few videos, we will be talking about Larry GONICK's works from Volume 1 of The Evolution of Everything to the last volume of the Cartoon History of the Universe. He hasn't really written much, but the Cartoon History of the Universe number 3 just ends at the Renaissance, so he still has a long way to go. So let's get started, shall we? The Big Bang started from this measly little ball, a hot gas, hydrogen and helium, the Big Bang. Bang! Whoops, upside down, the Big Bang! It's eventually doing everything else, like creating stars, galaxies, solar systems, from just pieces of rubble. Now, all this rubble started our solar system, and eventually created us. We are in a star stuff, according to Carl Sagan, who actually put a praise to this book. Eventually, DNA was created, the first life forms were created, cells were created too. To the first multicellular organisms, to organs, to organ systems, or tissues, and eventually to a body. Doesn't have to be a human body, so. Mainly, this book is on evolution. And evolution has been a key stage in our journey through history. No pun intended. On evolution, while we're talking about evolution has happened. The best way for us to evolve and still survive was always cooperation. And if we always do that now, we can always do other things too. I mean, we can always sort of have sex in these cooperations, which is practically a chapter in Volume 1, where it's the best ones were the best way to reproduce was basically to split yourself in two, and then split yourself in two again, and then again, and then again, and then again, and then, yes, one. And then they found a really better way, they found another way, sexual ways. First of all, a bacteria just separated into 4 gametes, which were half genes, and then they felt the urge to murder, bang, and that was it. That's a pretty lame story, but for the purposes of this book, it might be the best one they've ever gotten. Now, you may know that dinosaurs existed for a very long time. Dinosaurs used to be my favorite animals until I realized that all the dinosaur facts I was ever told was actually outdated. Most of them, at least. Some of them. Well, whatever the facts that are outdated. Here's the timeline. If you want the boring people's version of the dinosaurs, then just take a screenshot of this. Or if you want the exciting people's, just watch the rest of the video. Alright. It started off with fish. Then the fish went to land, becoming the brave pioneers, wasn't like the bravest ones, went back to the water. Feel hard enough to breathe out there without all those dead fish. Eventually they created legs, went up there, and were able to start colonies of their own. This is probably known as that water was known to be the primitive soup, where all organisms started and evolved from. Eventually, these land creatures went to more known lizards, or I guess reptiles, to these ferocious dinosaurs. A lot of them, in fact. The dinosaurs could Some dinosaurs could fly, others were just land-based but had so short claws that they can't even touch together. Reminds you of which dinosaur? The T-Rex, who isn't really the king of all dinos since he didn't even live at the area of all the dinos. And they still had sex. The ones who survived the best were always the ones who were loved sex, according to this book. So even though how weird that may seem, it's true. Very true. Very weirdly true. I mean, like, a one sensation true. Now the apes are trying to come down, and they're trying to live on the life on the trees. But would they ever come to the ground? We may not be sure. And now, after all these mammals have been created, the age of humans has begun. So that's volume 1 for dummies. And for our basic summary of all that is that biology and chemistry and evolution are all a part of this little volume. The biology part is mainly through 3 to 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like primitive soup, evolution, sex, dinosaurs, mammals. And for the chemistry is important for, at least in my brain, 1 and 2, which means just the Big Bang and the solar system, as it mainly involves a lot of the other things too. I mean, the primitive soup is a very important thing to talk about. So it does include a lot of chemistry, and it actually uses that chemistry to turn it into a little biological thing as organisms, eventually to as organisms, the humans. We'll let you get to a subject most dear to ourselves. Guess what? It is in the comments below. Unless you cheated and read this book already, you won't know the answer. Maybe. So, what do you think about Volume 1? In my opinion, it is one of the best. It's not just a comic, but also an educational way and fun way to do stuff and learn about history. So, what are you waiting for? Read it! Mammals and organisms are all the same. But in my opinion, we are superior, and we know history. At least we think we do. Find you in the next video of Volume 2. Clue of the next Volume 2 title? There are 3 words, 2 of them starting with S. Bye-bye.